What's up everybody? So in today's video we're gonna go over 5 really weird noises that the Nissan GT-R makes. Now why am I making this video? Mainly because it's a quirky car that makes weird noises, and until you daily drive one you don't really understand how annoying the car can be. Not really annoying in like a bad way, but it is just a little interesting. The weird beeps, the clunks, all the kind of stuff that this car makes. Of course, being a newer GT-R owner, I've owned this for about 6 months. It was a little odd getting used to. I kept questioning myself, is the car actually falling apart? Or is this exactly the way it's designed? And looking on forums, talking with many other GT-R owners, it seems like the first few months of ownership with the car, everybody has a lot of questions about, is this normal sounding? What's going on with my car? So I figured I'd make a quick video showing off the weird noises this car makes. And before we get into the video, I want to point out that we now have merchandise available. T-shirts just like the one that I'm wearing and the one that Mike is wearing in a lot of his videos. We have a bunch of different designs, many different colors, men and women. We have tank tops, hoodies, a few other items as well. Definitely check out the first link down in the description below. YouTube has actually partnered with Teespring, so it's very easy now for YouTube channels to create their own merchandise and offer it to viewers. When I was trying to do it on my own, it was going to cost a lot more and just a lot of work to actually get it going, and this seems like a very easy way. So even if you don't want to buy anything, please check it out. Let me know what you think. I can tweak a few things here and there. It's very easy for me to change pretty much anything I want to do. And for those of you who are going to buy some stuff, we really appreciate the support. I'm going to order a few new things so I can have a few more t-shirts than just the one that I've had. So anyways, let's get into the GT-R. This thing makes some weird noises. Let's start off with number 1, of course, is the transmission. It's loud, it's noisy, and half the time I'm not really sure if the car is falling apart. This car still is under the manufacturer's warranty for powertrain, so if there is something drastically wrong with it, it should be covered under that. Now, if you are a Nissan GT-R certified technician, comment below what do you think of this video. Is anything actually wrong with the car, or is this completely normal? If you're not a GT-R technician, please don't tell me my car is falling apart, because I don't really want to hear that. But anyway, we'll fire up the vehicle and check out what the transmission does. So we'll let it idle. We are in park. It's kind of hard to hear right now, but the bell housing up front is what makes some noises. It might actually be a little bit hard to hear it on camera, but what you hear is like a grinding, rattling noise of, I'm guessing, the front drive shaft spinning or something like that. Kind of sounds weird when I'm pulling into my garage with the echoing. You can really hear it a lot, and certain times, random times, like in a parking lot or just at a stoplight, you can hear it grinding and rattling quite a bit. But talking with GT-R owners, it seems like that's a pretty common thing. I've read a lot of the forums and a lot of people have the same thing. I don't think anything is necessarily wrong with it. It's just the way it's designed. It's kind of an open area, and just the movement of it makes a little bit of noise like that. But of course, when I go to make a video, it really isn't making any noises. I don't think I can even hear it. It's just the slightest grinding noise, kind of in the center right there. So actually, as the car has warmed up, you can hear the bell housing a little bit better. Definitely sounds pretty weird. So yeah, I don't know if you really heard that, but anyway, let's move on to number 2, which is the rear end makes the weirdest clicky noise, especially when I'm in reverse. And this is the one noise that I'm not 100% sure if this is normal or not. You'll hear the click. Basically, when I let off the gas and the clutch, I would assume disengages, you hear the weirdest click back here. So as you guys heard when I was going in reverse, you hear that weird clicking noise. It's not the tire chop in the front or anything like that. It's just something with the rear end. Maybe it's the difference in speed with one side versus the other for the rear tires. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe it's like the differential clicking. I'm not 100% sure if that is normal or not. It does sound weird and it kind of sounds bad. But I would say that is the one thing that is a little iffy on if that is a normal noise for this car to make or not. So anyway, that is kind of the drivetrain and transmission noises that we hear. Next, we're gonna go on to the brakes. I haven't measured these in a while, but they actually don't look like the brake pads are that bad. If we zoom in, I don't know if the lighting will pick it up or not. When I bought the car, they were 6mm all around, so I think the pads are actually in good shape, and same with the rotors. When I put the Vossen wheels back on, I will actually take the pads off and measure them to see how everything is. But again, talking with a lot of GT-R owners, these things just squeal. I don't know why they have to design it like that. I know it's a race car with, high performance brakes, but it is kind of unnecessary how loud they squeal. So there is the squeaky brakes, kind of weird, and we're back to, again, hearing the bell housing. See, now you can really hear it. So yeah, that is the squeaky brakes. It's not that bad. When I did the little retainer springs up front, which solved the pin problem, it got a little bit better, but it seems like the worst time they will squeal so incredibly loud, bouncing off of walls and cars and really hurting your ears. Again, kind of annoying when you deal with it on a daily basis. And I've heard a lot of people who even say day one it'll do that. So I do have a new set of pads and rotors that I am ready to go with when the time is ready. So then moving on to the next annoying thing, I'll show you a clip from before I did the little retainer springs, which is the pin rattle. So if you look at the pins for the brake pads, the upper one does not actually have a spring. It comes like that from the factory. I believe they only started doing that like 2016 and up. This is a 2014 model year, and you pretty much get a loose change sound up front. It just rattles really bad. That pin is only held in on one side, so the other side can float around and rattle a little bit. So that's the last of the brake thing. Now the final thing that we're going to talk about as far as weird noises that the GT-R makes. And again, I don't think they do this in the newer models. I think maybe 16 is when it stopped doing this. So when we put it into reverse, it beeps like crazy. So it'll do that on the inside of the car only. It does not make any sound from the outside of the car. And of course it just does that until you're back in a drive or park. So kind of weird that they need to have the interior of the car beep at you like you're in a semi-truck. Like I talked about in my dislike of this car video, I know I'm in reverse. I really don't need it to tell me that. So that kind of wraps up the weird noises that the Nissan GT-R makes. Again, I'm making this video not to complain about the car, saying, oh, I wish I bought a Prius like a lot of you said in my dislike video. But when you daily drive it and you are used to a normal car, going into this, it kind of does raise a little bit of a red flag for you. You question, is there something wrong with the car? It's obviously an expensive car. If I have to get a new transmission, that's like $20,000. So I definitely don't want that to happen. The car's still under warranty. So if there is actually anything wrong with the car, I'm just gonna bring it into Nissan and hopefully everything is covered under warranty. But yeah, those are the weird noises. The transmission, it clunks, it rattles, even some downshifts around town. It's clunky and kind of weird feeling and sounding. The brakes get a little bit annoying. The interior beeping, it's not the worst thing, you kind of get used to it after a while, but it still is a little bit annoying. And then just the clunking in reverse, I'm not 100% if that is bad or good. So anyways, that is the quick video. Just want to go over some weird things with the GT-R. It makes some funny noises, but it is a blast to drive. It is the perfect daily driver. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and don't forget, check out the link in the description below for merchandise. Let me know what you all think. Even if you're not gonna buy, I'd love to hear your guys' opinion on the designs and the color choices. But that about wraps up today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Give it a huge thumbs up, smash the subscribe button. We'll see you guys next video.